In this video, we are going to discuss about configuration of Grunt using Grunt file. Task configuration is something which is essential when we talk about Grunt because it is Grunt which will execute the tasks. In order to define or configure the task, you will be using a file called as gruntfile.js. Because this is JavaScript, now you are not limited to just use JSON inside this particular file. You can go and you can use valid JavaScript as well. So gruntfile.js or gruntfile.coffee file is valid JavaScript or CoffeeScript. Now there are various parts of grunt file. First part is wrapper function. Second is project and task configuration that you have to specify. Then you have loading grunt plugin and task. And finally you can have custom tasks which can be configured. So you can go and you can specify the structure of your file by using the wrapper function which contains the entire wrapping up of task configuration, and then you can go and you can specify project and task configuration along with plugins that you want to load and the task, and finally it can have your own tasks as well. Now let's evaluate some of the functions of grunt. So you have wrapper function here where you are using module.export equal to function grunt. This is what is the wrapper function which wraps up or encapsulate all the project and the task configuration that you want to specify in that grunt file. First is grunt register task, and you are passing there the task along with the task property. So you have registered various tasks. So in order to register a task, you have to go and you have to use register task. And then you want to load certain plugins. In order to load those plugins, you may use npm. Grunt provides you direct access to npm by using load npm task method and passing your grunt contrib uglify or whatever grunt plugin you want to install. Now since most of the task performs file operation, Grunt internally have powerful abstraction for declaring on which file the task should operate. So you don't need to worry, it will be taken care by Grunt task runner. After evaluating these functions, we'll just go and talk about some of the plugins which are popularly used. One is Uglify, second is QUnit for testing, then you have Concat that takes responsibility of concatenating two contexts, then you have JS Hint for keeping an eye on JavaScript and assisting your IDE and code wrappers to understand the appropriate standard of keeping the notation. And finally you have watch, which takes responsibility of watching the code continuously, and as soon as change is there it can invoke another grunt task. In this video we discuss what is relevance of grunt file and what all entries are important in gruntfile.js to ensure that all tasks are well defined and they are executing.